Giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bahashem Ravakakwadash. Double honors to all the apostles, great millstone and rule well that taught me the truth. Peace, love, and blessings also to you, sincere laborers, brothers on highways and byways, giving all diligence to make that call and election sure, and also blessings to you few sisters out there listening, learning, and believing. I'm thy fellow servant Kanakla, coming at you once again with another lesson, man. And pretty much it's prophecy, the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, America is finished, and pretty much America is decaying, man, from the inside out. As you see here, it says poverty soared to a pandemic high last month. Okay, poverty, and despite all the stimulus checks going out and all the government aid and loans, okay, the poverty. And people are suffering, people are hurting. All right, all the pandemic restrictions. I'm not even gonna say the word, but America is finished, man. This is just more evidence that America is finished. I have a video on here. See if I can play it a little bit, and we get into some scriptures instead of reading through all this BS they got on here. Alright, see, now I don't want to play. Let's see if I can reset it real fast. Bear with me. Alright, it's supposed to be playing.
California announcing a limited stay-at-home order tonight, requiring some counties to stop non-essential work between 10 p.m. and 5 p.m. Businesses in Oregon are frozen for at least 2 weeks, in some cases 4, and Ohio issuing a statewide curfew for its businesses. These new COVID restrictions across the country are making it tougher than ever for some Americans to make ends meet. Today, the Labor Department out with its latest job list.
It's all done by design.
742,000 people filed for. Today, the Labor Department out with its latest jobless claims. 742,000 people filed for first-time unemployment benefits last week. That's a bump up from the week before, and it's a sign that things just aren't getting much easier for American families, with pandemic assistance set to run out next month.
Once your pandemic unemployment assistance runs out at the end of December, where will you turn?
Yeah, I don't know yet. The only thing that if it really gets bad, like I said, we'll have to go to temporary assistance to welfare.
Did you ever think that
No.
you as a medical professional would be applying for welfare?
No.
NBC News business and tech correspondent Jolene Ken is here now with the latest on the jobs market and the struggle American workers are still dealing with. Joe, let's talk more about Lisa there. Her experience is that of so many Americans right now. What else did she tell you about what she's been through during this pandemic and what she needs Congress to do to keep her and millions of other folks like her off of welfare?
Lisa has 2 teenage daughters, Allison, and she has never missed a housing payment in 32 years. That's what she tells me. She survives on $276 a week from that PUA that you heard of her talk about there, and that's running out the day after Christmas. There's a bunch of other programs that are going to be expiring at the end of the year, and this is where millions of Americans find themselves struggling even more as Congress has no plan. Here's a little bit more of our conversation yesterday. Listen to this.
Basically, I get $276 a week. I have 2 daughters to support. I'm the sole provider. I haven't paid my rent yet this month. It's the first time I missed a housing payment in 32 years.
When you see what's happening or not happening in Washington, what's your message? What do you want to tell lawmakers?
I'm just so angry, frustrated, livid. There's no reason that nothing can be passed right now. All they do is talk, and use us as political pawns.
Lisa also tells me that she is focused on trying to find a job where she can work from home because she has this pre-existing lung condition that makes her really high risk for COVID. She's been out of work since March. And so as a result of that, she's trying to find a way out. She's trying to find a way forward. But as of now, it's looking really bleak as she tries to figure out how on earth she's going to keep a roof over her family's head, Allison.
Oh, Joe, it's so heartbreaking, and we know so many Americans are going through such summer when those $600 weekly stimulus pay university in China. What can we expect come December 26th when pandemic unemployment assistance runs out? I can't imagine that's going to be a good situation.
Yeah, it's going to be a really tough situation if there's no aid, especially if there's no aid that is retroactive, right? And so the Century Foundation has an estimate that 12 million people will lose their benefits overall. We do know of the 20 million people who are currently on unemployment right now, that about 4 million of them are getting PUA, and they need that. These are the people who are independent contractors like Lisa. They work for themselves, or you're a gig worker, you drive an Uber or a Lyft. And so as a result of that,
All right, you get the picture, Lois Wolf. You want to look more into this, I'll leave the link in the comment section. But yeah, man, pretty much these Americans are finished. And Babylon is done, you know, the land of opportunity. All based off of this whole pandemic, man. All right, restrictions. People having curfews, you know, and pretty much getting ready to go back into a full swing lockdown, okay? So that's it for this place. America is done. America is finished. The freedom that you once knew is now gone. All right. So let's get this real quick. The second out of 6 and 7, it says, "Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting and the sum of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?" All right. Which is what we should be asking, because seeing these things, all right, are happening. You know, if you have a spiritual mind, got a spiritual bone within your body, okay, and you believe in the Lord, you're trying to, you know that the Lord is getting ready to return soon. Okay, so what are the parting the son of times? It says, "And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, and Jacob is the progenitor of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians." All right, mainly over here in Babylon the Great, America, North, Central, South America. His hand held first the heel of Esau. Esau will be what you call today the European nations, okay, the Edomites. All right, and because why? This is their end. All right, America, what was that? Was that great empire? Okay, that great empire, and now it's fallen. Okay, poverty levels are high. America, as Trump talking about those shithole countries, third world country, America, well, America has just pretty much basically become a welfare state. Okay, that's pretty much what has happened. You know, people want the stimulus checks, which is pretty much setting you up for universal basic income. Okay, so this is the end of the world for Esau. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." But before Esau goes down, all right, he's going to go down violently, all right, and it's going to be with destruction. Okay, this current system has to be thrown down. Okay, so let's jump down to verse 18. It says, "And it said, Behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth." All right, and this is how the Lord is doing it. Okay, it says, "Now we begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled." And the affliction of Zion has been fulfilled. Yeah, we got Jacob's trouble coming, but us coming over here in captivity, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, our affliction, has been fulfilled, man. We served our punishment. Okay, and that's it. Now the Lord is finna get ready to pretty much break this place down, which is why America is being broken down. Right, America was just set up, all right, put in power to afflict us, to punish us, the Israelites over here. Okay, now that the punishment has been accomplished, our affliction has been fulfilled. Now it's time to cast this world down. When I say world, I'm speaking in the a cosmos sense. All right, the world of Esau. It says, "And when the world that shall begin to vanish away." All right, so before 2020, okay, 2019, when 2020 came in, everything changed. All right, Everybody walking around with masks on. 2019, and prior, that world is faded away. The freedoms, people smiling, hugging each other, shaking hands, being close to each other. We're in a whole different world now. All right. It says, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away. So this is the beginning of that world, this, that American dream, vanishing away. It says, shall be finished. Then will I show these tokens, and the book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. The books are being opened before the firmament. All right, the ozone layer. Okay, which is where the pretty much the satellites at, and these right now, the books being opened before the firmament. I'm making this lesson. Okay, and I have to mention, starting from the elder apostles to her on down. The elders a great millstone, but here it is. I'm making the lesson, and the book is open before the firmament. Okay, meaning the understanding. Read Revelation, the 5th chapter, the understanding of these words, the prophecies. All right, the Lord's men are out here prophesying, man. Okay. Verse 21 says, and the children of a year old shall speak with their voice. The woman with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months, preemie babies. All right, 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. All right, you can, for this example, jobs, man. It ain't easy to just walk down the street and get a job. I mean, you can cut on an app and, do Uber or something, but we're pretty much operating off a gig economy, man. What about longevity, benefits, careers? Uber isn't, a career. Okay. But what? Shall sown places appear unsown? So this place is unsown. It ain't tightened and buckled down no more. All right. It's unsown. This place is a mess. A big mess. And it's all being done by design, of course. Okay, to get you people prepared for the MOB. If you don't know what the MOB is, read Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse. Okay. It says the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And right now, I just remember doing a lesson the other day on an article. The U.S. is facing a supply chain crisis. Okay, the supply chain is being interrupted, man. So this place is finished, man. It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. All right, and based off of this extreme poverty, that's what's gonna happen. Okay. When people don't have money, they're not in good moods. All right. That separation is coming. What money is the number one cause of breakups in relationships, man. All right. Between a man and a woman is because of poverty, because of finances. All right. You're not making enough money. You're not bringing money home. Okay. Especially for the man, he ain't bringing enough money home to pay the bills and to keep food on the table, barely making ends meet, can't pay the rent. That's what these women do. They go looking elsewhere. All right. It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. All right. Just think about the wars and rumors of wars, man. War with Russia. Okay, people are afraid right now. There's no hope. Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, man. The streets shall be shut in. It's like the doors shall be shut in the streets, man. When the grinding is low, the sound of grinding is low, man. Okay? People are just floating off of government benefits right now. The government has put you people in a position to where you have to depend on them. All right. You can't run your business to full capacity, 100%. You can't do it. Okay. Therefore, you're not making the amount of money. You're getting laid off. You're being restricted. Okay. You got all these uproars and riots going on all over. Man, this place is finished, man. This place is done. It says, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still. That's ultimately this word. This word, spiritually speaking, the scripture say, he that believeth on me, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So these videos of this understanding of these precepts, it's going to stand still, meaning it's going to be a famine of the word. It says in 3 hours they shall not run. Okay? It says, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. So this is basically what we're seeing right now. The end of the world. All right. A fallen the empire, the world of these Edomites, man. This is it. Okay? And ultimately it's being set up, this all being done by design. Get a whole digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, so on and so forth. It's all for this. Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls it all because through all this poverty and stuff, they're going to come with a solution, man. Order out of chaos. All right. Universal they already was talking about giving families $3,600 for every child per month. They're trying to set up a universal basic income to where the government just gives you money, pretty much like an allowance, man, which is full control. Because while if a kid got allowance based off of their actions, if they did good, okay, for being good. So likewise, big brother, as they say, they're gonna set you up with this universal basic income. They already got you used to receiving the stimulus checks, $1,200, $600, $1,400. People liking that. They didn't have to work for it. All right, cool. If you want to continue to receive these benefits, here's the solution. Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell save that he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, man. So which is ultimately what's taking place. All right. A casting down of this society, man. This is it. So you brothers out there fighting, man, believing, and a few sisters. All right. We almost out of here, man. So hang tight, man. Seek the Lord now while he may be found. And the Lord gonna have your back in these days, man. The scriptures say, my servant shall eat. The scriptures speak about the Lord delivering us through famine, man. So don't worry about it. We gonna have work. The Lord gonna have us. We gonna be good, man. While the rest of these people get ready to meet their maker. So that's the next time. I say a shalom.